Okay. We'll be back from the break. Still watching Smart Means Business. I'm Andrew BRIG, and of course with my guest this morning, Brigadier General FELIX KULAYIGYE. We've been discussing in the first part, if you just missed and you just joined us, we're discussing the state of security that is in the country Uganda, of course, in the light of socio-economic transformation. But of course, before we proceed with the discussion, don't forget the markets on the Zabo platform, which have already opened. *292# is the USSD code for you there, where you'll be availed with quite lots of options where you can buy government bonds and securities for as little as 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Now the markets, like I said, open at 8:15 till 3:15 p.m. Monday up to Friday, except on the weekends and the public holidays when you can't access these markets. But at least you have the rest of the 5 days to capitalize on these markets and make your good money out there. The economy is tight. Of course, things may not be moving on well, not only in Uganda, but also the world at large. But at least when you trade stocks, this could be one of the ways you could earn a side income. And Zab just made this a reality. Regardless of where you're located, you are in position to make yourself some good money. Now, Zab says, my money, my future. And Altex East Africa says, do something new. Well, still running into our discussion with Brigadier General FELIX KULAYIGYE, spokesperson of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. Brigadier General, we are talking about the history of why Uganda is in Somalia. Before we get into the doing damage control. But in 10 minutes, then we go to NEC.
So yeah, we had given our history of Tanzania, yes, and our Pan-Africanist ideology. The moment the president returned in 2006, he said prepare.
Okay.
So March 9th, the first Yuga bag, Uganda battle group for AMISOM landed in Mogadishu amidst the hail of bullets.
Oh my God! They landed in a zone with already.
General Hussein Kano was the commander. Landed amidst the hail of bullets from the Al-Shabaab.
Okay.
Then, in fact, our second plane, which was taking equipment, was burnt.
Okay.
On landing. Fortunately, we didn't lose personnel. So that's how we go in. It was a request of the African Union.
Okay.
Now, once we entered Burundi, which had been helped by our president to get peace, he initiated the peace process for Burundi. It succeeded. They had a transition. They had elections. They said we are going to joining Uganda. So in September, October that year, they also deployed.
Okay.
So it's not a unilateral thing, and it's not about private contracting, because at the time we went in, there was even no dollar for a soldier.
No dollar for a soldier.
No dollar, no food supplied by United Nations.
That was rough.
But the Parliament of Uganda, we sought, of course, permission of Parliament. Parliament said you can go as long as the mission is budget neutral.
Budget neutral.
Don't touch Ugandan shilling in that mission.
Well, interesting. So okay, I know that money wasn't coming, but who was liable to give the to facilitate the soldiers?
Of course, now the going to happen was that the African Union had to.
Okay.
So they went into, I think, a negotiation with the European Union. They began by providing food.
Okay.
Before the allowances. And so, I think for a year, there was no UN dollar. The moment the UN dollar came on site, Zambia deployed the police, Kenya deployed administrators, Nigeria deployed administrators.
The countries that had said no previously now started to deploy forces.
They started to deploy forces.
Now, what does that really mean?
And not fighting forces. They were deploying non-combat.
Non-combat.
The administrators, you know, we are doing the data work, they were in the offices. When for us we didn't care, we said
so there was no hands-on person on ground?
From them? No. It was us. Two, why did we succeed? We enter Somalia and our message is simple. We are not the solution providers.
Okay.
We are here to support you to solve your problem. You are the solution to the problem, not us.
We are giving a hand to
help. We are giving a hand, support actually.
Okay.
So what we had to create was, first of all, a seat where government could be.
Okay, a seat for the government.
Yes. So therefore it was important to secure the airport and State House.
Okay.
I want to tell you, the times I visited Mogadishu in from 2009, every year I went there. At State House, you had to walk bend because of the snipers.
Okay, it was
not an easy job.
True.
Bombs, the suicide bombers were attacking our soldiers every other day. So we created peace. Now they made a mistake. They bombed Lugogo. 2010.
Now
World Cup final.
I remember.
And our policy, we don't attack you. But when you do, we bring the war.
Okay.
So we chased them out of Mogadishu. We were coexisting with them. We chased them out of Mogadishu.
Okay.
That's how Okech is called the Lion of Mogadishu.
Okay. Yes.
He was the commander. First was Major General Ondoga. He's now retired, and then Okech. So we chased them out of Mogadishu. The rest is history. Now this attack that came the other day, it's the first such loss.
Like heavy loss.
The first biggest heavy loss was in 2018 or 19 when our soldiers were ambushed and lost 12 of them. This one, nobody had ever dared our defense.
About 400 actually.
Yes.
Combining injured and dead.
Yes. So when they attacked our defense, there were some errors on our part.
Okay.
Some mistakes of command on the ground.
Okay.
So that has now, those are our learning lessons. All right? Of course, we have been known to be invisible.
We are human.
Yes, we have been known to be invisible.
Invisible. Okay.
Invisible means nobody can go through.
Oh, yeah. Of course, that's the reputation we have.
Yes. UPDF have never lost a war. Never. So this battle is not a war. This battle is a learning lesson for us. What could have happened after 16 years?
Yes.
And that one we are going to correct. We have regained the base. Al-Shabaab had resisted in it, but because it's a well-entrenched defense, we have regained it, we are back to it, and you hear what will happen.
So, let's wait and
they are going to pay.
You are going to pay for it?
Oh.
The spokesperson has assured us, they are going to pay for that.
So we are not private contracted. We actually don't believe
in private contracting.
In private contracting, we don't believe in mercenarism.
Okay.
We fight a just cause.
Okay.
When a soldier fights a war he understands, he gives it his best.
Other than being deployed
somewhere.
Other than
deployed like a machine.
Okay.
We have a conscience. So I must appeal to your conscience when I'm deploying you.
Okay.
So that you know why you are fighting, and in the event you lose your life, you know you have lost it for a just cause.
Just cause.
Yeah.
It makes much more sense there.
That's right.
Well, of course, still driving your business here with the Brigadier General FELIX, KULAYIGYE, spokesperson of the Ghana People's Defense Forces. Now is the time where we get into that other aspect of the commercial side of the UPDF that is under National Enterprise Corporation. Now, Brigadier General, we've seen the commercial arm holding activities across the country. There is one with Greater Mbarara and Ankole sub-region, of course, where we saw leading UPDF and government officials that participated in medical camps, cleaning activities, tree planting campaigns, as well as even renovations and facilities.
Right.
Yeah, let's take a look at all these aspects. How is it impacting in terms of poverty eradication?
First and foremost, as we were concentrating on fighting, the president and the rest of government was talking about wealth creation.
Wealth creation, yeah.
In fact, I can assure you, from the word go, President Museveni has been consistent on dealing with the poverty.
Poverty, true.
Unfortunately, I think he doesn't have sufficient disciples.
The disciples.
In the implementation of his vision, it has not been as fast as one would have loved it to be, because some of us fail him for selfish reasons, others for incompetencies maybe, I don't know. But because when I was his bodyguard, wherever we went, he was addressing the question of poverty.
Poverty.
I remember we visited a farmer, a coffee farmer in Mpigi. The guy was doing very well. How even he got to know him, I don't know. And he said, where do our leaders go to get ideas if they can't come here? Nobody had ever visited that gentleman. Mpigi here.
Okay.
And he said, every Uganda should have a source of income. In the West, what people think they are given money, he took leadership.
Okay, yes.
Said, stop pastoralism. This thing he's talking about Barari is not new.
Okay.
He told the Wanyankole, stop
way
roaming.
Back.
Way back, 1990, 89. Stop roaming. Anybody with more than 500 cows. If seen on the road with cows, you will be arrested.
Be arrested.
You have capacity to create your own farm. You have capacity to get your own water.
Okay.
So he actually offered,
Because that's wealth.
he instructed government to give them earth-moving equipment.
Okay.
To give them dams. That's the only contribution government made. The rest, it was their own money. Because of the leadership had given them. By 1994, I remember very well, Uganda Commercial Bank had a branch in Bushere. Every month, this bank was receiving 44 million shillings.
44 billion. Million, sorry.
Oh, 1994, million shillings was a billion indeed.
The value then, honestly.
The value then. So they were Nyankole who never knew money. For them, they were after their cows. Now they saw money coming without selling a cow.
Okay.
Because they hate selling a cow. Now he was getting money from milk.
Milk.
His cow is there, it is the one giving him money. They went to Furujia. Elsewhere, leaders were sleeping. His message was not followed by people who would emphasize how to make money. So he actually, I remember, commented with that gentleman. He said, I hear people saying, Mukolena manyi, never koliji.
Okay.
So that's how he came up now with saying, okay, get people who are doing a bit well, support them, 6 per village, per parish. Give them support so they become examples for the others. When NADS was created, actually the mission was to support these farmers. My brother, people would give cows to you. When the president began touring their work, they would give you cows, or you have your own cows.
Yes, sir.
Then they come to give you money to allow them to put a signpost of NADS.
Of NADS.
So they are the ones who have done that.
Okay.
Now he moves from there, they remove these cows from you, they bring them to my land.
Okay.
They put a NADS
signpost.
So now those are 2 farmers.
True.
But it was hot air. So
that was
now, Nick. So the president realized that the army must produce. So NEC was capitalized to correct the errors that had happened. In addition now to manufacturing armored vehicles. We went into
timber,
making furniture. Went to making furniture. From furniture,
construction.
From construction, agriculture was boosted. And then now we have reached overhauling helicopters.
Okay.
We have a joint venture with a Russian company.
Okay. To manufacture.
To overhaul.
Oh, okay.
Which we have been doing abroad. To fly a helicopter for overhaul to Belarus, to Ukraine or Russia, because Ukraine was not doing it, would cost $2 billion.
$2 billion.
$2 million. Just to transport.
Transporting, yes, sir.
Don't talk about the worker now. Now here, the overhaul cost us $1.5 million.
$1.5 million.
Yes.
Dollars. Okay.
We saved the 2, which would have been for taking. Now it's only labor. Okay. That we pay for, or the technology. They are going even to have capacity to overhaul a Sukhoi jet fighter.
Okay. That is progress.
This is the first of its kind south of the Sahara.
We are setting a trend.
Yeah. And so, all this is going to be, first of all, jobs are created in these enterprises. Because NEC now has about how many branches?
Maybe just a little. The people that work those jobs, who are liable, what qualifications do they need to be for them to attain? Somebody may need that.
Of course, you must have the required qualification. For example, in the information technology, ICT.
Okay.
You must have the required knowledge in electronics.
Okay.
Yes. Because these things use a lot of electronic activity. Then the managerial skills. So many Ugandans have got jobs now in National Enterprise Corporation.
Okay.
Actually, something very significant the army has done, in addition to what the NEC is doing and what have you, is the engineers brigade.
Wow, that is Yes, the engineers. Let's talk
Now,
about the engineers.
the need for the engineers mainly for enabling the movement of troops, counter mining, building artificial bridges during war. During war. Now, our engineers today were given assignment of renovating government infrastructure.
Yes.
And building those infrastructure, particularly into service sector.
Okay.
Health and education.
Education. Okay.
Because a lot of money was being spent on construction.
Actually, there are companies that were given subcontract this, and there wasn't a timely execution.
No.
You know, for
no
that.
timely execution. The times when it's paid, workmanship is not there.
Exactly.
So the president said from today,
the army.
The army. And the starting point, which opened his eyes, was the renovation of Namungo Catholic Shrine.
Yes,
where
yes.
the Pope was coming.
I remember.
All right? We did the job. They had already paid the contractor, and it was not done. They were asking for another 13 billion. The president said, engineers go. So the work was
done very well.
Work was done very well, cheaply. Said from this. So, starting point, Nambole Stadium. 2, Kolo Secondary School. That was the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
Health. We were given Butalija Hospital.
Butalija Hospital, yeah. Which
we have completed. I remember the MP calling me and saying, I'm calling to thank UPDF for what you have done for the people of Butalija. He said, wow. So, we have 28 sites where we have our engineers, our workers, doing this.
Maybe from that note, the example and the image you've shown out there to other corporations and companies, when it comes to how have you been able to do it? Let's take if I can take a look at the auditing framework, because I believe how are you structuring it in a way that accountability is a virtue?
For us, when you are given an order, you either deliver or you will be charged.
You either deliver or you're charged. Prison.
For disobeying of order, yes.
That is actually, it's treason. It's called that treason.
Disobedience of lawful orders.
Okay.
Now, if it's the commander-in-chief that has given the order, it is even more.
Who are you to
play around with the job? That's sense. Number 2. Number 3, we monitor.
You monitor.
You find the entire leadership is following what you're doing.
Okay.
For example, with this construction work we are talking about, there's a monitoring and evaluation team headed by the chief political commissar. I'm a member of that team.
Okay.
We have visited literally every project they are doing.
Okay.
To see the workmanship, to see the pace. I regret to say our clients, they ask because of the disbursement of money. They pay, they buy the materials, they finance the projects.
The projects, yes.
And they must have their own person. Then the Ministry of Works has a person. There is a monitoring team from government agencies, but we have our own that goes to see the work being done, and we have been satisfied.
How I wish you could spread that influence across other corporations.
You see,
away from.
We hoped, I believe the president also hoped that we would set an example for others to learn. But do you think Ugandans are willing to learn? They are, because,
even though they are not, there is a situation. It's like during war. You're not going to say that I'm not going to take this water. You have no choice.
Yes.
To take it. Now, this is the time where.
Probably,
yes.
When they see that they are losing business to us, then they will stay down.
So the army should get more contracts.
Absolutely.
As one of the ways to provoke them.
Yes.
Perfect.
And 2, the financing should be timely. For example, Nambole, we completed 46% of the job.
So far.
With only 25% of the money given.
25% was able to accomplish 46%. That is efficiency.
Absolutely. Total commitment. You see, to put on this dress, it is sacrifice.
True.
Now, it's not only a sacrifice for war. Anything you are given to do, you think of country first.
Country first.
Yes.
Well, it's 10 minutes to the top of the hour. I think we are out of time here. But before we wind up, Brigadier, let us, your final remarks to the Ugandans out there, the business community that probably are tensioned about how safe their property is.
First of all, I, of course, sympathize with the country for the losses we had.
Yeah.
The committee is about to come back.
Okay.
We shall know the details. They will hand over to the president. I'm sure he will be the one to talk to the country.
Okay.
What transpired. That's a matter above my pay grade.
Okay.
Two, the country is secure.
It's secure.
These gun killings we are seeing, in my view, ordinary crime that is even more in other countries.
Yeah, in South Africa, it's one. It's
South Africa, United States,
and Chicago most especially.
Chicago,
it's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
And these are people that have superior technology who would have been. So crime, as long as Satan is still on earth, will be committed. But the country is secure, is safe, and more efforts are being done to ensure that some of these crimes are minimized.
Okay.
Lastly, a country's strength depends on mainly 4 things. One, the quality of its army.
The quality of its army.
Yes. So when we come to recruit, please give us quality human beings.
Okay.
Quality in terms of character, quality in terms of education.
Education. Okay.
Secondly, it depends on the strength of its economy.
Okay.
One of the things we yearn for is to see a vibrant private sector. Because it's the one that makes money.
True. More money, actually.
Yes. And so anybody who plays around with the private sector is actually undermining the country. A vibrant private sector. 3, an efficient government. Efficient government that is the one providing the climate for the private sector.
For the private sector.
It's not about security, it's about the financial sector, it's about enabling these business people to do their businesses easily and make profit.
And make money.
Because a businessman's interest is profit.
Profit, definitely.
Number 4,
Yeah.
cooperation with the government agencies, with the civilians.
Civilians
The population.
Yes.
Because foundation security starts with you, the citizen. I can
Actually,
tell you,
I am the first security.
the trouble you see in Mozambique, those guys started in Tanzania. Because of their efficient foundation security, they couldn't thrive.
Wow.
They moved south. So it's important that the population is mobilized, is vigilant, to ensure that their local areas are secure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Brigadier General.
My pleasure.
It's been a great. Yes, you're still watching Smart Means Business, and of course, as we're winding up 7 minutes to the top of the hour, my guest this morning has been Brigadier General FELIX KULAYIGYE. Of course, it's the spokesperson of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, and we've been having an insight regarding the state of security in the light of economic social transformation, but also we've been looking at the aspect of the commercial arm of the UPDF. Well, till tomorrow, definitely, as of course, don't forget on our social media handles at Smart24TV, that's on Twitter, and at Smart24TV, that's on Facebook. Of course, Smart24TV official, that's on Facebook, and Smart24TV live on YouTube, where you can get us at any part of the country you will be at. A very good morning, and of course, it's the first day of the month. Be productive and be positive. Till tomorrow, good morning.